Welcome, traders. It's the market update for the week ending December 3rd, 2021. We have an exciting end to the year, it looks like. And before we jump into the market update, the topic for today is secondary bars. Last month, we looked at primary bars. If you haven't already checked out that video, please check it out so that you can get a better understanding of how secondary bars work. So building on that knowledge of primary bars, with this knowledge of secondary bars, we hope you can help see the market more clearly and also help you make better decisions while trading. So without further ado, let's dive in. Welcome back, traders. Thank you again for joining the MTM team today and supporting us in our mission to spread the truth of trading and help you achieve consistent performance. I'm Satvik Basam, a trader coach here, at Master the Markets. You remember, traders, for any technical analysis that we do, we are just looking to answer the question, will the market continue in the same direction or will it reverse? Well, we took a look at primary bars last month, which by spotting can help us better perform testing and ultimately take higher probability trades. So to recap, a primary bar is a bar which signals a potential turning point. Two criteria we said primary bars were the primary low takes out the low of the primary -1, and the primary -1 bar is the highest point in a bottom to top move. So let's draw this to make sure that we are on the same page, yeah? And this is assuming a bottom to top move. So say we have a move that's going like this. We have bottom that was confirmed here. And we get to this bar. And then we have a primary. And why is this a primary? Well, the primary -1 low was taken out by this bar, and the primary -1 is the highest point in this bottom to top move. Yeah, so this is indeed a primary in a bottom to top move. Again, the idea here is we're looking at probabilities. So this question can be answered with a higher probability if we know whether a primary will lead to a trend reversal or if it would lead to the market continuing in the same direction. So what is a secondary then? So if we follow along with this idea, a secondary is a bar which takes out the low of the primary. So in this scenario, the secondary simply be a bar which takes out the low of the primary. So there's only one of the 4 bar formations, a insider bar, which hasn't taken out the low of the primary, so that is not a secondary. It could be an outsider bar, which has taken out the low of the primary, but let's say it is the highest in this bottom to top move, then this would not be a secondary. There is a scenario in which the primary is taken out and the high of the primary is also taken out, but the high of the whole bottom to top move is not taken out. So in this case, we can have a outsider secondary. We can have an outsider secondary. So that's one of the other bar formations. We can have an out bar, most likely a green bar here. Doesn't take out the low of the primary. And the final option, of course, is a down bar. So if there are 4 options, 2 of them will take out two of them will form a secondary. One would be a down bar, and the other one would be an outsider bar, which does not take out high up the couple bottom. So chance of an outsider bar is 10%, we had said. And the chance of a down bar is 40%. So the chance of secondary forming is 50% after a primary had formed. Take a look at your statistics and see how often does the market reverse after a secondary has been formed, and see how you can apply these probabilities, help make higher probability trades. So that's one way that understanding how a secondary forms helps us in making high probability decisions. Another reason is to also help us in moving up our trailing stop loss. Perhaps we can move up our trailing stop loss to the low of the primary. We want to be a bit more aggressive and allow the trade to continue in the same direction and allow more leeway. We could move up to the low of the secondary instead. So let's say we were in this trade and we were waiting to see when a primary forms for us to move up our stop loss. But if we know that there's a 50% chance that a secondary could form, then, and let's say we want to give it a little bit more leeway, we could say, all right, let's move our stop loss instead to the low of the secondary when it forms, so that we have a little bit more of an aggressive trade, so that we can allow this to continue in the same direction if it does do so. So those are the two ways in which understanding secondaries can help us in the market. If you have any questions on that, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to go over this in more detail. This information, we hope you can make higher probability trades in the market. Simple yet powerful. All right, so let's jump into the market update, shall we?
If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like icon. If you haven't joined our channel yet, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications immediately when we post up quality content like this, and especially to get our live trading updates sent directly to your phone.
First, taking a look at Euro USD. We bounced off the support from the summer of 2020, and the swing low has now been confirmed as well. So interesting to see what will happen next with Euro USD. Next, dollar franc. Strong resistance, and this is just the way that the market was this past week and days. So after that strong move away from this previous resistance, we are in a confirmed downtrend, but no trade as of yet. Next, pound dollar. We are in an established trend breakout to the downside, hitting some support here from December of 2020. No trade as of yet. Looking for a confirmed swing low before we take any trades to the upside. Next, dollar again. Big move down again, all like the rest of the market in the last days. Found some support here from November this year. Not as of yet. Obviously, as you guys can see, possibility to the downside is right through that level. Next, the Aussie dollar. Top to bottom move broke right to that previous support. October of this year. So interesting to see what will happen next. So has found some support from October of last year on the Aussie dollar. Next, moving to Euro Yen. Still in a top to bottom move. Broke through some support. Okay, after bounced up. The OE on both sides. No trade as yet. The Euro Yen. Next, the FTSE is what we were referring to. Strong move is across the indices and certain currency markets as well. Decent support here, around 7,000 pound level, but no trade as of yet. So interested to see how we close out the year on the Dow Jones, the US index. Also a strong move down, decent support. No trade as of yet. Interesting to see how we'll close out the year. Next, coffee. It's one of the reasons why we say trade assets which are uncorrelated, because as the rest of the market, many of the markets, let's say, move down, strong resistance from news, from various sources, coffee has been holding strong. And potentially, we are looking at setting new 10-year highs on coffee. We're still in an established trend breakout to the upside. I haven't confirmed that yet. We have to break this swing high that we had from earlier, the swing low that we need to see, but very, very strong example of how you need to have uncorrelated assets. Next, oil. Again, you see that big move down from last week to the August support level. Interesting to see what will happen next with crude oil. Finally, precious metals, gold. We also saw a strong move down, finding some support. So let's see if we can continue in this established trend breakout to the upside. That would mean that we would need to see a swing low here and break out to the upside and break this previous swing high. Silver, surprisingly, has been holding strong. No big move to the downside, continuing on this established trend breakout. Let's see how this holds up throughout the rest of the year as the rest of the markets are finding some trouble with some footing. All right, so let's take a look at the performance for the week for our live trade rooms.
For those of you who are unsure of any of the terminology or the concepts in this video, the first step to do is to find out your trader type by taking our Trader Personality Quiz today. This will help you trade strategies that fit your personality to achieve consistent performance. After the quiz, you will also gain a free video course that suits your personality to help you trade safely with low risk and high returns.
For our main live trading room, only one strategy had a trigger for an entry. That was the Cashing 4.0 TSL primary for a slight gain of 0.66%. And the MTM Elite room, also the Cash-in 4.0 strategy, this time 100 pips for a slight gain of 0.84%. So overall, we looked at a 1.5% gain this week if you were able to take both trades with us. Slow and steady wins the race, as we say. So hopefully you guys can see that consistently applying the trades week over week can yield the returns that will outperform the market year over year. Right then, thank you all for tuning in. We hope you'll continue to join us for the rest of the year as we look to close out the year strong. So remember, traders, as we say here at Master the Markets, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, keep trading like a master.
If you want to get notified every time we put a video up, especially on our live trading update videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon. This will get the YouTube algos to kick in and for you to join us in our mission to spread the truth of trading further, so that traders like you can benefit from our videos to trade like a master, achieve consistent performance, and change lives.